English Broken Businesses. We are all about Black excellence, bringing local entrepreneurs together to inspire and motivate you through business.
So it's simple. What you can do is to listen to this story and be inspired, and show to you guys nothing is impossible. If they can do it, so nathi singayenza bantwana basekhaya. Sit down and chill and listen to this wonderful story.
Follow your dreams.
I want to take this project nationally. I want this project to impact as more people that it can.
It's English Broken Business once again. Beke libeke ivigi nevigi. Every Thursday night we bring you nothing but the best mouth-watering stories from Ekase Lokishini. These are stories that are here to inspire you, to motivate you, and most above everything is to educate. Guys, remember, we are not a gossip channel. We are not a gossip channel. We are a channel that is here to educate you, a channel that is here to give you stories that will also make you stand up, that will also make you to go hustle wherever you are. Today, Bafethu, I have a guy by the name of Ofentse. The dude is coming from Pretoria, Mahlanye, 012. The man is here, he's an artist. We're gonna be having a very interesting chat with him. By the way, before I introduce him, I thought this guy was okay, Malum Kulket. In the meeting here outside, I thought, Esan, Mvano Malum Kulket, Namstaj, Shabu Zet Ofentse Braga. Umunati Braga.
Umunati Oete, ne? Blind, even like a solo.
Esan. I think you should teach our viewers Spitori Hanyan. Like, I know for a fact, 2 rand, ne?
Yeah.
Go Pitori. What do you call 2 rand?
Boys.
Keep boys.
Yeah.
So when I say, can you give me 2 rand? Gereng.
Unsetega boys. So
Unsetega boys.
Or boys.
Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 10 rand tagi jacket.
Ki jacket.
5 rand tagi half jacket.
5 rand tagi half jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50, 5 jacket.
5 jacket.
Or half blue. Blue to clipper.
Esa.
Of Prostan, yeah,
So,
no, and like, we've always been influenced by how people speak. I think it plays a big role in like culture about, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And like, it's always been inspiring hearing like street talk, Tsotsital, since we are a generation that grew up on Yizo, etc. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like, Majita, the gangsters, the Ukas, whatever, they, like how they speak, it's always been like an intriguing thing, and like
Sure.
I aim not to shy away from that all the time, you know what I mean? Because like it plays quite a significant role in me and my identity, my roots, where I come from, etc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
bruh. Okay, very interesting because we've been looking for you, and I know that you also have been looking for us.
Of course.
So today it's happening. We are here at your studio, as you can see, very beautiful place.
Yeah.
Very quiet. We are here. What level is this? Is it
Level 2.
Level 2.
On the second floor.
On the second floor.
However, I don't think it's very quiet because this place is next to the main road, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Woodstock.
it's the main
Buses,
road. It's also the base. Senji.
Sure, Brian.
You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
yeah,
Wow.
it forces me to be an early bird. Although I'm lazy as fuck.
No, man, thanks so much for inviting us into your beautiful space, lovely space. It's very artistic here.
Yeah.
So before we can just go on with our chat, we have a tradition as English Broken Business of wanting to find where this person is coming from, how was the family set up, where the person was born, the school that you attended, and I would also like to send my condolences to you, Pretorian guys, Pretorian family people. You've just lost your icon, you know, DJ Somebody. You know,
Some B.
Some B, you know, Some B. I know how much that guy, he loved his hood. He loved Pretoria, was always, you know, about 012,
Yes.
all his songs. And yeah, it's a very sad week for you Praetorian guys. But yeah, life has to move on, you know. Only God knows
Yeah.
why it happened, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, who is Ofentse and where was Ofentse born?
Okay, so Kalibito, I am Ofentse Seshabela.
Okay,
I was born in Pretoria, the year 1995.
sure.
I was born into a very conservative family, a very Christian family.
Sure.
And I actually didn't spend most of my life in Pretoria. I was born in Pretoria, but then the earlier stages of my life is like where I spent in Pretoria the most, in Hammanskraal particularly.
Oh, okay.
My parents used to work go carousel.
Oh, I know Carousel.
Carousel.
Carousel, it's like a circus, right?
No. It's a casino.
It's a casino, yeah, a casino. Oh, sorry, it's a casino.
It's
Yeah,
a
sure,
casino,
yeah.
it's a
Like Emperor's Palace.
Like Emperor's
Oh,
Palace.
yeah,
So that's
Carousel,
that's
sure.
the casino that we had back at home in Hammanskraal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they closed it down. It's already Magula, no.
Yes,
But yeah, that's whatever. So my parents used to work there, and we used to stay at this place called Carousel Village.
Oh, okay.
Carousel Village was this place that they had dedicated to staff. This is Panandaku Carousel. You know, so I think I started living with my parents when I started grade 1. Before that, mamaka mamaka na ploma le magogo.
Sure.
Go mahaenda Mathieu start.
Okay.
You know, I used to attend crèche on Akarako Hammanskraal,
Sure.
Baby Lake. And then I started staying with my parents in grade 1. I went to Klipdrift Primary.
Okay.
That's why I drink so much.
Oh,
I'm joking.
Gavila boy,
So,
sure.
yeah, so I went to Klipdrift. It was actually called Large School Klipdrift. It was quite Afrikaner dominated. You know, we had like kids that
So
are.
you've got a sharp Africans.
Yeah, ek praat baie goeie Afrikaans.
Jeez.
Yeah, because of that stage of my life.
Okay.
We had like these Boer boys that are coming to school with barefoot and shorts the whole year, my brother. You know
Serious?
what I mean? Yeah. So this school is actually like, it's quite isolated from Hammanskraal. It's within like game lodges and stuff. There's game lodges within that road that leads you to the school. So like that environment was quite Afrikaner dominated. Yeah. And yeah, I attended that school up until grade 2.
Okay.
Beginning of grade 3, I lost my dad. Unfortunately, my dad died from like a mental illness that I still don't really understand up until this point. But then we'll get into that a bit later, because like I had like a similar experience later on in my life that caused this death.
Sure.
So that caused my mom to, you know, move back to Matibestad.
Okay.
You know, because obviously my dad was running the household, etc., etc. So she had to move back to Matibestad to go stay with my gran.
Sure.
And then they decided, my elders, my mom and uncles, grandparents, etc., they decided that this wouldn't be like quite a cool environment for me to grow up in, etc. So
Matibestad.
yeah, Matibestad. So they decided that, okay, you know what, let's take this boy to go and live with his uncle in Krugersdorp. So I started staying with my uncle in Krugersdorp from grade 3. I think I was 9 years old that time. And that's where I spent most of my primary. I went to Krugersdorp Town School.
Okay.
Yeah, got out Krugersdorp. We were staying in Kagiso at that time, which is a township in the West Rand. I stayed there up until I was done with my primary.
Okay.
And then when I was in grade 6, I lost my mom.
Jeez. Sure.
That
So
was
young, eh?
Yeah, I was 12 then. And I lost my mom, man, and that was quite a turning point in my life. And that's when I actually realized, Uguti, you know what, my boy, You're all alone now. Nobody will ever love you like your mother. Nobody will ever do shit for you like your mother. So you need to do shit by yourself. As from this moment, as soon as they told me that my mom is no more, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
So wait now, how old are you at that time?
I'm 12.
You are 12.
I'm 12.
Doing grade 6.
6, yes.
Jeez.
Yes, that's when I became a man. And that's when I started investing my time in like making myself a better person. I started, washing my own clothes. Started wanting to do the dishes now.
Yeah.
Started wanting to
You
cook.
never wanted to do the dishes.
Nah. But I realized that, you know what, my boy, you're not going to be a kid forever. So you better equip yourself, in a way that you can stand by yourself and you can do shit for yourself. You can, you can be independent. That has been my goal for my whole life. I've always wanted to be
very young
independent.
age,
Yes, I've always wanted to be independent. But I was fortunate also enough that I have quite caring uncles and aunts
Okay.
that brought me up. They did a splendid job. Although
So you couldn't fill the void, maybe?
I feel the void all the time. It can't be filled.
But I mean, like, the role that they were playing.
Yes.
It wouldn't make you maybe sometimes think if mom was around, if dad was around.
No, of
I would
course,
have-
like you, I'll always have those kind of thoughts, etc. But then they did quite a splendid job in making sure that I have everything that I need, making sure that, I'm taken care of.
Sure.
Although at my teenage years, we had our differences. Why it's sort of bafana bastood and stuff.
Sure.
I wanted to have shit my way and etc. But, of course, they are my elders and shit. So, we had our differences, but then now I realize, the role that they played in my life. And like, if they were not there, I wouldn't have turned the way that I am. That's for sure.
Sure.
So, moving right on, I then decided, I want to go to boarding school for high school. Because I was chasing that independence.
Okay.
I didn't want anyone to tell me, you can't go here, you can't
Sure.
do this.
So now you wanted your own space.
I wanted my own space. So now I went to Queen's High School. I started grade 8 at Queen's High School.
So where is Queens?
Queen's High School is in the, almost like the east of Jozi.
Oh, okay.
But Masaita was East Gate. I
Sure.
want East
No,
Gate.
yeah. First time, Elena di blazer, yeah, the stripes.
Yeah, the stripes.
First time,
Green and
Queens.
gold.
But
Yeah,
for our
green and
viewers,
grey,
obviously,
yes.
they don't know where Queens
Yes,
is. No,
yes,
first
yes,
time.
yes.
They wear grey pants and then
Exactly.
the blazers, kitty scotch. Yeah, yeah. Darling, go China City.
Go China Mall. and
China
that.
Mall, yeah.
Exactly.
So you attended
Bruma.
there.
Yeah.
Go Bruma, yeah. Go Mercedes-Benz. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, all right.
Yes,
Okay. So
yes.
you were attending there.
Yes, I attended high school at Queen's High School.
But I think at the time it was still like the private. At the time you were.
No, it was quite a... People referred it as corrupt.
Yeah.
In fact, my elders were like,
So now there were more darkies now.
There
more
were a
than
lot
one.
of darkies.
Oh,
Pella-
otherwise they already left.
They already left
Yeah.
a long time ago. This was 2009, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was 2009. That's when I started high school.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm young.
You tell me.
Yeah, I'm quite young. So,
Yeah.
I went to Queen's High School, went to boarding school. I came back home every weekend. Every
Sure.
weekend I'd go to my aunt's house. On Sundays I go back to school, etc. And yeah, it was quite a wholesome experience that I had there, because that's when I was introduced into the gist of Josie life type shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because like now we have like a diverse arrangement of kids coming from Soweto,
Sure,
Tembisa,
sure.
Alexandra,
Alex,
Wawa,
Jimmy Steen.
Jimmy Steen,
Yeah.
Benoni.
You are actually in the center.
In the center,
yeah,
exactly.
Go Eastgate, it's just the center.
Yes,
so.
where do
Santin is just here.
Yes.
Joe's is just here.
Yes.
Pretoria.
You know, so yeah, it took me like 30 minutes to go to school on a Sunday
Sure.
from Pretoria.
Sure.
So yeah, man, there I started, mingling around with these You know, Soweto, Kasi boys, whatever, very beautiful girls. My school is known for having the most beautiful girls in the East schools.
In the
Nobody
East,
can
yeah,
tell me
yeah.
any better. You know, they even still hot namaj.
Namaj.
In fact, the ugly ones that time
Yeah.
are no longer ugly. I don't know what they did. They're super hot.
Jeez.
And I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Y'all ladies are very beautiful. If you are watching this, you went to school with me, y'all are beautiful and I love y'all. You know what I mean?
Sure, Fred.
So yeah, man. So that independence drive also just started growing big and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? I always thought I had, you know, within those years of my life, you know, I was always like curious about, yo, man, you won't be here forever. What are you doing after? What are you doing? You know what I mean? And my grades were not like A grade. I wasn't like number one for classing or anything.
Just an average.
Yeah, I was average. Get pass, I got 50, maybe 60.
Okay.
When I'm lucky, at 70, whatever.
Sure.
But then that's when also my love for art intensified. Because I remember we had to choose subjects in grade 10.
Okay.
Okay. And then obviously I'm still a minor, so I have to consult the family to say, yeah, but for you to consider the subject or
Which one should I
yeah.
go for?
So at first I chose physical science, life science, and accounting, pure maths.
Sure.
But I wasn't so happy. You know, it just made like a lot of sense for me to choose those subjects because like I wanted to beg like a nice corporate job, whatever. But then I was doing art all this time, which wasn't so serious. I was doing it in my free time, etc. And like within the scope of subjects that they gave us, we couldn't like, with those subjects that I chose, I couldn't do art.
Okay.
Because I chose physics, life science, whatever.
Yeah.
And then my friend, one of my good friends, Buipilo, she's still a good friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time. One day she came to me, a week into like doing those new subjects. She's like, yo, bro, I made it in the art class and we're doing the same subjects. I'm like, hey, how? She's like, yeah, I went to the office, and then they accept. I'm like, no way.
I'm going to the
I'm
office.
also going to the office. I don't want this accounting shit. I'm going for that art.
Sure.
And then, yeah, man, I went and then they're like, all right, cool, you can do your art. And then, whoa, that's where now, you know, my interests and my everything just took a turn because a U-turn because like that's the subject that I was intrigued the most with. You know, I bunked my maths classes to go sit in the art class and do and draw and stuff like that. You know.
If you talk about art, because art is very huge. At that time, what art were you doing?
Visual art, drawing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at that time. I was
So
predominant.
you draw anything?
I
People,
draw anything.
cars,
Exact cars the most.
Oh.
Cars the most. I was doing that before, you know, in my free time. Get plomera lali.
Sure.
You know what? Sketch the golf, lady kusheshe. It was a big time. I did Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah,
etc.
Goku,
Yes,
Vegeta.
more Vegeta, you know, Majin Buu, you know, draw them, keep them in a flip file, you know. But at that time, I wasn't really showing anybody that stuff up until like I had a subject that validates what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting merit for these drawings that I'm making. I'm getting, you know, so it built like quite a big interest within me, within, you know, trying to find myself within that subject and actually doing well in it. And then when I got to matric, there came this art teacher. I'll never forget that, bro. Mr. Mushniks. He was like a German oak. He had like tattoos all over his body. He had tattoos on his head. He had tattoos, tattoo here. Like, he was like, I was like, how the hell is this guy a teacher? He's like the only teacher that looked like that, you know. But when that guy came, the first day that he came to our class, he's like, yo, I'm not here to play. I'm here for business, you know? Half of y'all are gonna get distinctions at the end of your matric. we're like, yeah.
How possible is
How
that?
possible? I'm looking at the work I'm doing. I'm
Sure.
like, there's no ways. I've been getting 60s, 70s all this time. There's no. Oh my man, that guy, he came with a new system. You know, he somewhat convinced the principal to increase the budget, their art. Suddenly there's like better, new, more materials that are being dedicated to the subject. He's bringing in tools that can, you know, help us enhance our craft
Yes.
in quite a significant way.
Sure.
We started building light boxes and all that stuff. And yo, bro, within the next 6 months, we were doing some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Wow.
Which actually, you know, amplified the passion that, you know, I had for this thing. And like, finally I could like, you know, see myself doing this thing for the rest of my life because I got somebody that, you know, in a way believed in me, in a way, you know, supported me, you know, motivated me in so many ways for me to, you know, take this thing forward. And like, he started now also taking us to museums, art galleries, took us to JAG and stuff like that. So like, it broadened up our perspective of the subject. And before you know it, that was the only reason I was going to school.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I'll forever treasure those moments. I don't know where he is right now. We're talking for maybe a year after I was done with school, but he disappeared, man, within the thin air because, like, I understand he had some allegations of racism and all that stuff at another school that he went to. But yeah, that's the impact that he had on my life.
Sure.
And after, am I going too fast?
No, you're not. Because my next question, actually, I want to find out whether is this something that you inherited from your family? Maybe you saw your uncle doing, your late dad doing, your brothers doing. So it's something that just came, you loving ukdrawa.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, my family is quite conservative. There is no artists in my family, but I remember like a slight memory when I was still a kid. My uncle actually had these drawings that he had. It's quite a blur memory in my head, but like I remember something along the lines of him
Go to your uncle.
actually having drawings, but like he wasn't so persuasive or like about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my oldest cousin Nicholas, he would draw these characters and then give them beers and stuff, and then he'd say, "Bona ke throwile Bo."
Sure.
Do you remember Bo?
I remember Bo.
Days of Our Lives.
I remember. Yeah.
He'd like throwile Bo, and then I'd also try draw Bo, and then at a time would like compete to see whose Bo is the best.
But you see, when Ofentse, it's something that was within the family. This thing of art. The way that now you're putting it. As much as your uncle did not pursue it and your cousin, you understand? But it's something that a family.
Yeah.
You understand?
I'd agree to
Yeah,
it.
because now my nephew, I think I told you the other day when we're in Long Street in town, my nephew's doing grade 10.
Yes.
He's also an artist. He likes drawing. So he's just a virtual artist to turn and draw abantu, imoto, you understand? Even buildings sometimes, like houses.
Nice.
Then now I come to remember that my brother, in his primary school days, now he used to art, you know, he used to have that book whereby he would
Flip file.
Yeah, a flip file, you know, he would do Popeye, cartoons, people, or even us, you know, Waestrosh. So that's what I'm saying, Guti. These things are always in our family spaces.
Definitely.
You understand? But then sometimes you find, Guti, maybe you are the one who's going to take the baton and run with
Forward,
that.
yes.
You understand? Same thing, like if a person becomes this well-known musician, you find that maybe their granny was a musician, or the mom or the dad was a musician, but when they never, made it to
Like took it forward.
exactly took it forward. So Ofentse happens to be this person that did not just do it for fun, for free flying.
Yeah.
But you took it forward, right? So now I want to find out, when do you come now to Cape Town? Because okay, you are doing art, you are done with school now, and then you start seeing with son, I can make money out of this. In fact, I can make it as a writing, as a career. Was this your first studio? Was this your first place at Cape Town, or were you already doing it at Joburg?
Yeah.
Like your own art gallery, did you have it in Joburg, or you never had any?
Let me start here, because I feel like I don't want to leave anything behind. Let me just start here.
Sure.
To say, after high school, I enrolled at UJ.
Okay.
And then I enrolled for studying visual art.
Okay.
So I studied visual art. It took me like, I think 6 years to do my diploma.
Sure. So you didn't finish at the record time. That took salary with
Yeah. Because for university, no luminati, I won't lie.
Yeah.
I was a young chap, and
Sure.
quite unfortunately, or fortunately, I had like, different priorities at that time, and so forth. But like, one thing that I know is that I've always loved this shit, and I've always wanted to persevere in it. Even though I was fucking around, whatever, but then what I presented at that school was always top class. Normal bangatini, whether they like it or not, but yeah, sharp. So in university, I got like quite, that's where I got to hone my craft. You know what I mean? That's where I got to be exposed to like the larger spectrum of the industry. Sure. And that's when I started engaging, also meeting like real professional artists, because that's where now we would go to Body Fest Thursday, go to the gallery and stuff like that. We'd meet these guys that are actually practicing in the world, in the real world of art, etc. And then I think during my third year, I was led to this place called August House.
Okay.
August House is like a building like this.
Sure.
But then it houses probably like, I don't know, 40, 50 artists.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was led to that place, and then I decided to get myself a studio there. That was during my third year. And like my aim during that time was that, yo, this is me to me. Yo, dude, you're making some dope stuff.
Okay.
This stuff can't only be for marks. This stuff needs to be seen. And then August House was really that kind of platform whereby you'd have people that are walking in on a daily basis.
Sure.
Or like on a quarterly basis. And they had what you call open studios and stuff. And then people come and see art, whatever. So there, I was playing as a professional.
Okay.
While I'm also studying.
Studying, yeah.
Yeah. So I got, I really got to see the art world from that point. I really got to engage with the people that are buying art. I really got to engage with the artists that are actually, making some dope stuff.
Sure.
That are not only making dope stuff,
But they
but
were already
that
making
are-
a living.
A living,
Okay.
yes. That are already like there, you know what I'm
Sure,
saying? The people
sure.
that I looked up to,
So you're networking
I'm
already.
networking. The people that I learned about in my curriculum were there.
Now you are meeting them
I'm
live.
meeting them live. But Diane Victor were there. But Temba Kumalo, Nelson Makamo was there, bro.
Jeez,
You know what I
Makamo,
mean?
bro.
Yeah, dog. He was there, top floor.
underdog.
Come with his beamer there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got to see that stuff. I'm like, geez, man, it's possible.
Yeah, it's
so
possible.
I really pushed myself to be like a player in the game during that time. And man, from there, the rest was history. I just kept doing, making. And then you asked about the Cape Town move.
Yes. When do you come now to Cape Town?
I came to Cape Town this year.
Oh, okay.
February.
So 2022.
2022,
Okay.
that's when I officially started living in Cape Town. And my reason for living in Cape Town coming to live in Cape Town, one of the reasons was because while I was at August House, I was I don't not discovered, but seen by a gallery that's based here. And then they hit me up, sent me a DM on Instagram or some, yo, we really love your work.
Okay.
We'd like to feature you on like a group show
Sure.
that we're gonna be having Kanagwe so. I'm like, okay, cool, fantastic. Let's do it.
Good news.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Finally, things are happening. man.
Yeah, that was in 2018. And then, yeah, I sent them through my available works. They chose which works they'd like to feature in the group show. And then, boom, we had the group show and I came here.
Wow.
I think it was the second time I came here
Okay.
in 2018. And like, I got to experience Cape Town and I'm like, fuck, this is such a dope place.
Yeah.
It's very lovely.
Sure.
I see myself here, you know?
Sure.
Because like my show, the group show also, it had like quite a dope response.
Okay.
You know, it had quite a good response. I got to engage with some people that, you know, had some interest in my work, etc. And then from that time, I just, you know, started working towards moving to Cape Town because
Sure.
like, I really, you know, felt the atmosphere, you know, and there's quite a huge market.
It is.
Yeah,
It
for,
is. For art, it's
for
very
art,
huge.
for visual
yeah.
art, you know. And yeah, and then in 2020, I had my solo exhibition
Okay.
with this same gallery
Sure.
in town, Eclectica Contemporary. That's their name. Very, very dope show. I worked so hard for that show. I even stopped drinking. I stopped, you know, going out and stuff because
Sleepless nights.
yeah.
Sure.
I was having the real sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Now. You know, I produced about 14 pieces and the show was sold out.
Wow.
So that was a big validation to say, yo, this is where you need to be.
You belong here.
That was 2020.
Sure.
I'm still working towards coming to stay here permanently. 2021, I had like quite a body of work, and then I was like, yo, I think this work fits for an exhibition, a solo exhibition. So we had another solo exhibition. That show did really well. These are the only pieces that are left from that show.
Okay, the 2021 show.
Yeah.
Okay. The ones even behind us.
Nah.
Or these ones?
These were, they came like in between.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the only pieces that are left.
Sure.
And that was last year, October.
Okay.
And then, yeah, now this Cape Town dream was intensifying. You know, I saw some,
It's happening.
yeah, I saw like,
Yenzeka
a good amount of work. And then I put money aside.
Sure.
I'm like, in January 2022, I'm moving to Cape Town. You know what I mean? So the money that I made, I just,
Put it aside.
yeah.
You're
And
saving.
Yeah, I put it, I'm like, this is for that move in January. And then it happened.
Wow. You see, now it comes back to say, when you have a dream, when you are working on a dream or you believe in a dream, you are believing in something that some other people, they don't believe in it, or some other people, they don't see that thing. Every dream will require sacrifice. It will require discipline. You know, it will. If you are drinking, you'll have to stop. You know, or maybe you have to minimize. You know, if you've got quite a lot of friends, you'll have to minimize. You know, so for a dream to work, most of the time there's sacrifices to be done. So this is what Ofentse is trying to tell us, that he always wanted to come to stay like Cape Town. But there were certain things that he had to do or he had to stop doing for his dream to be materialized. He just said now he had to stop smoking, he had to stop drinking. He was drinking a lot, so he had to stop drinking, you know, and he had to save some money, you know. So to you, our viewers out there, maybe you also have a dream, but you are not willing to sacrifice. You are always having this thing of, nah, the government is gonna fund me. This guy was never funded. He self-funded himself, you know. You can always put money aside, whether it's 50 Rand, whether it's 100 Rand, whether it's 1,000 Rand, you know, for you to to live your dream. I'm reminded also of a story of a Grootman. Shout out to Black Coffee. Black Coffee, he also did that. Black Coffee loved DJing. And now he's this world icon, well-renowned icon, but he used to put money aside. The first trips that he was making, him playing overseas, no one was paying those for those trips. Those trips, they were paid from his own pocket. So he invested in his own dream. So also for you, if you have a dream and you believe in your dream, no government will believe in your dream. I mean, even your family, they may not believe in your dream. It's your dream, it's your vision. You need to put money in that dream. You need to put time, focus, discipline in that dream. So here you are, Brayaka, you are living in Cape Town, Oblomako, Cape Town. You saved whatever amount of money that you needed to save, because one thing for sure I know, you stay in the CBD. It's quite expensive to live in Cape Town, very expensive. I don't want us to go to amount as to how much you saved, but by the looks of the space, the gallery, and where we picked you up, that already tells us that no, you had to work very hard, you know? So what's the future looking like for Ofentse? And now that you are here, you are living, you know, there's an American dream, right? So when you're living the Cape Town, excuse me, the Cape Town dream. So what is the Cape Town dream for you? What's the way forward? Where do we see Ofentse in the next 2, 3, 5 years? Not only like 10 years, my man, like 2, 3 years from now.
Well, you have to consider the 10 years too.
Oh, okay.
And the 100 years too. Yeah.
Sure.
But what I can say is that I'm in process of diversifying my practice.
Okay.
In so many ways, because I don't want to be reliant on selling artworks to make a living. I want to do this thing for fun.
Okay.
Because my passion can't be altered by what a buyer wants. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't have people that are going to say, yo, I like the old stuff that you did. I like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because me now when I'm making stuff, it's because like, I have an instinct within me.
And it's what you're feeling maybe at the time.
At that time,
Sure.
that's what I want to express.
Sure.
So I really don't want to rely on making artworks for a living. So at the moment, I just completed my PGCE,
Wow.
postgrad in education.
Sure.
Because art education is actually something else that I have a very, very deep passion in.
Okay.
I want to play a big role in impacting communities and actually exposing young black youth to art and ways in which they can make a career out of it, never
So
mind.
Grand
a living.
Shap, when you want to become that guy, that white guy with tattoos, that teacher,
Exactly.
what he did to you,
Exactly.
now you want to do to others. That's what life is about.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
They impacted so much in your lives, your life,
Yeah.
right? And I believe some of the people that you went to school with, some of them maybe along the way, they gave up or they did not pursue.
Oof. I can tell you about one girl, Yolanda Mazwana. She was also in the same school as me. At the moment, she's in London.
Wow.
Last week or 2 weeks ago, she was in, I can't remember the city, but it's in Italy.
Sure.
She's doing very well.
Wow.
There's
She's also doing art.
She's doing art.
See now, someone impacted
You know what I mean?
something in you, and then now you want to give back to the
Exactly.
community.
The
Is
community.
there money in this thing, Brayaka? Like, be honest, is there money?
There's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But you need to be chosen to get that money. What do I mean by that? Your work has to serve the agenda of the globalists for you to be getting that money. If you are making work like me, I'm a political artist. I have very opposing views to democracy,
Sure.
to everything else that's happening in our society.
Democracy, Bozondo.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. I'm a big critique of our system.
Okay.
So I don't see myself getting the millions from the stuff that I'm doing. But then I want to empower more other people to find their place within this.
Yeah.
What I've done to pursue that is that I'm currently working on a community outreach program where I'm collaborating with 5 other artists.
Okay.
And we're gonna have these workshops, but I'm refraining from calling them workshops. These are play shops. I call them play shops.
Sure.
Because creativity and fun is at the core of this program.
Sure.
And I've got a group of 18, 17-year-olds from Philippi village that are gonna be coming through at Peter Clark Art Center. We're gonna be having workshops with these creatives that I'll be collaborating with. Play shops, yes.
Sure.
Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, we're gonna have these play shops, and then these play shops, these group of young people are gonna be expected to make like a few pieces, and then we're gonna at the end have an exhibition which showcases the work that they have done.
Great.
Yeah, and that's streamlined for next year March.
Sure.
I'm working very hard and tirelessly in making sure that this thing comes through, and I want to have like more initiatives like that. You ask me what's going on in the future. This is what I want to be doing in the future. I want to take this project nationally. I want this project to impact as more people that it can. I want it to also take place in my hometown, because it really doesn't make sense for me to be,
giving back somewhere else.
Whereas
where you come
in my hometown.
Sure,
yes.
sure.
But how I understand it is that what I'm doing here, this is a pilot.
Sure.
So when I go back to my hometown, I'm gonna come with a refurbished, fine product where there's no mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a practice run.
Sure.
You know what I'm not saying that I'm using these kids as guinea pigs or whatever, but then like this is a way of me and us, my company, actually perfecting our ways and how we want to deliver these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And one of my passions is having an impact, a positive impact in people's lives, in the society. Our government is failing us, so I'm trying to do whatever that I find possible that can positively impact the community, so that people can actually be better people for their community, but not only their communities, but their families and for themselves. And I feel like one of the only ways to do that is to start at grassroots levels. All of these guys are looking at the wrong people. You're looking at people that went to universities, that are opinionated, that have already established themselves. You want to transform their lives. What about the kids?
Sure.
The kids are seeing an illusion when they're looking at us because I'm dressed nice. They feel like, when you're an artist, you're making so much money, whatever. Well, it's false. 80% of artists are broke.
Sure.
If not 90 or 99. Broke. I'm convinced that even the ones that I look up to, that we look up to, Kaufela Abona, they're broke because they don't have control of their own practices. You know, there's people there's people that have their own interests in them because they are pushing an agenda that they know not, that they don't even know of. So they will be funded all the time. They'll be buying their works all the time. I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be famous. Fuck that. I don't want to be famous. I want to be influential in people's life. I want to impact people's lives. That's my purpose. That's what God chose me to do.
You see, even us as English broken business, our job, or I can say our aim, is to impact other people's lives.
I love that. That's why I agreed to be here.
Yeah, and that's why when we do these kind of setups, interviews, we do them without any funding. No one is funding us, We're doing out of our passion, out of our good heart. Because we want your story to be told. And this is for archives. 5, 10 years, like you said, 100 years from now, our kids, grandkids will be watching such interviews and they'll be like, wow, this Ofentse guy, he's the one who did that art piece. His art piece was sold in Europe, it was sold in Asia, you understand? And before we close, my brother, I would like to say to
already.
I know me and you, we can keep on and on, But before we close, my brother, I would like to say, keep soaring. The sky is not even the limit. Keep soaring, my brother. Keep soaring. Keep inspiring us. And thank you so much that you allowed us to travel through your mind. You know, you shared with us your ideas and everything. You've got such a great art piece that's happening here. And maybe next time when we come on our part two,
Of course.
I believe we will come to even a bigger space, you understand, even to a bigger space. So we wish you all the best. Let those tourists, people from around like South Africa, continue supporting your work. You understand? Someone said to me, we don't need to like each other to work together. You understand? So even those that they are pushing their own agendas, I believe they are seeing your work. Not that they don't see. They know about you. They see your work. The right time will come that they will also buy your work. But for now, I can safely say to you, you are doing extremely well. You are doing extremely fine, my brother. We wouldn't be here if you are not doing so well, if you are not doing so fine. So sometimes you need that tap on your shoulder to say, Brayaka, keep pushing, sikbegile. You know, yeah, no, Rushebile Brayaka. We follow you on all these social media platform, like, yo, this guy is pretty dope. So thank you so much, my brother, for inviting us in your space. So to our viewers out there, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram, Ofentse_Lord.
Okay.
On Facebook, Ofentse Seshabela Studio. Even on Instagram, you can just search for Ofentse Seshabela Studio. You'll find me. Seshabela is Seshabela.
Danko!
Or you can Google me. Google my ass. Yo, you also need to be part of the project that I'm doing, brother.
Oh, okay.
You need to be part of the project that I'm doing
come
because
through.
like we have like similar vision in that impact, like the role that we are playing in the community. And then I guess we'll talk more about it and then we'll make it happen. And thank you for believing in me to the point that, you know, you wanted to have an interview with me. I thought this was also only for big names, but then clearly we're there.
Can I wrap up now?
Danko is thank you.
Danko is thank you, Ofentse. Please don't forget to like, subscribe in our YouTube channel. It's been a crazy chat with Ofentse. Damn. See you guys. Love you all.